problem.
Are we live?
Hello,
We are
welcome.
indeed.
Episode 105. Why don't you come over this way a bit? Look at you. You're looking flash today, Beach.
Oh, do I?
Welcome,
I feel pretty
everybody,
flash.
on our 105th episode.
Pretty good,
Isn't
isn't it?
As we are getting there. It's been another hectic week in the shop, and you're looking sharp as heck. What's going on, mate?
It's been a bit of effort.
What
Took a bit
happened?
of time.
You had your eyebrows done, your hair done.
Yep.
Tell me about the t-shirt.
T-shirt, special T-shirt.
I don't have one.
It's a commemorative T-shirt for the Hearns 75th anniversary, and these are available now.
But it doesn't say 70. Oh, it does.
It does.
They both say 75, just
Slightly
differently.
different. So this is the original logo that the Hearns Hobbies branded products used, and we've added the 75th on the end of there just to personalize it.
That is fantastic.
So we've got this color, which is like the fawny light color ochre,
Can
and then
we
we've
call
got
it
the brown.
Oh, there's brown
No,
as well.
there's brown as well. So there's brown like this,
Tan, brown,
and then there's blue,
navy blue.
in different sizes.
Wow.
They're good.
Different
Really comfy
sizes.
too.
What size is that?
This is an S.
An S.
What are you wearing?
Me?
Hmm.
Double XL.
There you go.
No, medium or a large. No, just- yeah. Anyway, welcome. Have we got many people joining us today?
We do.
I've got a
There's
feeling a lot of people
Roll
were
up.
pretty pumped about this show. A lot of people probably won't be watching it. There's an awful lot of racing going on today and this weekend, which we'll get stuck into. That's the RC racing I'm talking about.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's big race going off in New South Wales as we speak. The New South Wales on-road state titles with a guest announcer that's come in from America.
Yes, that's right.
And we've got
It's gonna be big.
and we've got the Tri-Series over at EMCC.
Yep.
So, and they've just done a full makeover of the track. I wish I was there myself
Yeah, but
rather
would it?
than here, but BJ couldn't be alone, so here we are. So we'll be talking trains today. Car of the week. Have we got a car of the week? No, you're ignoring me now.
No, I'm just
That-
surprised that I flicked over
This
the
guy,
comments.
I don't know.
There's
This guy.
10 million comments.
Well,
Whereas last week
they
there
wanna-
weren't any.
Well, people want to say hello.
They are. They're all saying hello.
Well, welcome.
And
What's
there's already guesses on the car.
is there?
There are.
Hashtag
Well,
Heidi.
I'm just trying to catch up here.
Hashtag Heidi's up to no good.
Okay, so
Can she
Jeffrey
go?
RC Kyosho says hello, everyone. Hello.
Hey, Jeffy.
We've got John.
We got John.
He says hi, Jeff.
Then out of people talking amongst each other.
Anthony says hello. And we've got Mr. Retro Rob. He says hello.
Retro Rob.
Yep.
We've got a few happy people in there today. I wonder
have.
if did Retro Rob get something in the mail yesterday?
Could have.
And John as well. John's on there, and he's got something mailed out to him this week.
Cool.
He got one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
That
No,
sort of gives it away, doesn't it?
you boxed that one up. And we got Jeffy, and we got some regulars.
Yep.
That is fantastic. So,
We've got a guy named Nicola. He wants to know where his t-shirt is.
no, special order only, mate.
What else we got here? Oh, here you go. So John has said is an HQ Monaro. Oh, HQ Holden, he says.
HQ Monaro.
And he says he doesn't have a t-shirt either.
Well, if you want a t-shirt, everybody jump online and grab one. They're available. They're in the store. They're
Let me see if I can
available.
Find the link.
Right, you're going to start putting links on now,
Yeah, why not?
and you can all
think I can
look
work it out.
as good as BJ.
Even with the t-shirt.
Even with that's right. So the car of the week. Well, I can confirm it is in fact a Holden. But what we need to know is we need to know the make, the model,
Yep.
the year,
Yep.
the color, diesel unleaded hybrid, of course, every week. Hashtag Heidi likes it. She hasn't stopped taking photos since I got here.
That's right. She's got a big camera too. She must be a pro.
Well,
Professional, I should say.
with the big lens.
Yep.
All right. Enough of this silliness. What are you doing over there?
I'm trying to find the link.
Hey, there's me.
It is too.
Anyway, without further ado, let's get Marlon on. We've got a huge show today. We've got a special guest. We're not really, well, he's sort of a special guest, isn't he? Jordan. We've got Jordan from the Hobby Man.
That's right.
He's in store today. He's in studio. So he's going to talk to us about Hobby Man.
Yep.
And we'll go through some products.
Yep.
But let's get our resident rail guru, Marlon. What's
Hey,
up?
Marlon. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Stand up applause. Your hair looks lovely today,
Oh,
mate.
thank you. I made sure to shampoo it well last night.
That's
Glad
good.
you like it.
I can see we've got some trains out.
We do.
What have we got?
Well, these are new arrivals for us. Let me grab a couple.
What?
Actually, yeah, they are
This is big.
It is for SDS models.
Wow.
They're NR class locomotives.
What?
NR.
NR
Yeah.
class.
N
What
for
does-
Nancy, R for Romeo.
Okay.
So it's a series of locomotives that was produced in the late 90s.
So
And
it's
they,
not really vintage. I mean,
Well,
I'm old.
I guess you could say it is, but they're still really ubiquitous. They're one of the most common locomotives that you'd still see out on the rails, hauling freight, hauling the premier passenger trains, like in this instance, the GAN.
That's pretty famous, isn't it?
Indian Pacific.
Yep.
A few others.
And on the Sandringham line sometimes.
Well,
I'm sure. I'm sure.
No, probably slowing the Sandringham line down. When
Yeah,
there's like
I'm
a-
sure
yeah.
I hear it go up and down the Sandy line sometimes.
Really?
Didn't know there was a freight depot at the end of the Sandringham line.
Well, there is when
I
I come home from work sometimes.
I learn new things every day. But yeah, these are a lovely locomotive that is somewhat new batch from SDS models.
Can I pick this one up?
You can. They're very heavy, aren't they? They've got they're delicate and they're heavy.
Be careful.
Are they plastic?
They are plastic. The body construction is plastic, but there's a lot of ballast inside.
Should we have a look at it
Yeah,
from the top?
let's do that.
Why
Let's
is
have
it
a
so
look.
heavy?
Because more weight equals better adhesion, which equals better tractive effort.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if
So they
these-
deliberately make them heavy.
Absolutely. They make these as heavy as they can. And that, just like the real locomotive does. So quite often they'll ballast the locomotive to help it adhere to the track better. They'll use the same principles in the smaller scale.
Yeah.
So if this weighed half as much, it could pull significantly less.
I think this one's a bit special because of this video.
Exactly. Let's see
What
if we can
is
get a
that?
little
Let me
bit
see if I'll
closer.
do a bit of zoomy. Thing.
This
Zoom,
particular
zoom,
locomotive
zoom.
has a certain person's likeness on it.
Likeness?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a likeness, mate. I think it's his name, even.
Okay. There you go.
You know.
That's his name.
What was his catch cry? Come
Crikey.
on. That's it.
Crikey!
Crikey. That's
Crikey.
a big
There,
rock.
there you go. This was
The crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin.
that's it. And
So
this was
why is he on the train?
I think in the early 2000s when the Crocodile Hunter was at the peak of its popularity.
Mhm.
He was part of a campaign to help with tourism, like Australian tourism, and like this was part of the Gone train.
Yep.
And it was part of just raising the awareness of these kinds of I guess tourism options for locals and visitors to Australia. And I believe after his tragic untimely passing, they redesignated this locomotive with this tribute to him as
Right.
well. So that's a really cool touch. Really nicely done.
And it's got Nick on the side as well.
Yeah.
No?
Classic. Yeah. That's his new logo, I think.
That's right. That's right. That's fantastic. I didn't know. I didn't even pick up on it. There you go.
Big beast of a locomotive.
So this is HO scale.
This is HO scale.
So it's not
Let's
going to
see,
fit
this is
on.
the front.
It's not going to fit on your layout.
Not at all.
Oh,
I think like the length of this is like the length of some of the shorter trains I would run.
Wow.
So it's a big beast.
And
You've
it's on the
got,
front as well.
Is he? Well, there we go.
ditch lights.
Ditch lights. What does that do?
They illuminate the ditch, either
Which
side
ditch?
of the
Oh, really?
yeah,
Why?
so
Why?
that they better you can
It's
see
not
it.
like,
You
it's
can
not like,
see
it's
what's
not like
going
they
on.
can swerve and get out the way.
Well,
is it?
you've got a headlight up here, but you've also they now mandate that you have lights that illuminate either side of the train. There's a reason why they do that, and it's not just for the train's illumination, but having 3 lights will actually help people from a distance triangulate the distance between the lights, and then you can get a better sense of how far away the train is when it's approaching.
Oh, that's fair.
It was
You
just
are
a
a
single.
wealth of knowledge, aren't
Oh,
you?
thank you.
Wow.
But yeah, a single light, you'd have a hard, especially if there's a lot of glare, you'd have a hard time determining the distance of the train and how fast it's moving. If you have this, the 3 lights creating a triangle-like pattern,
Yep.
As you see that pattern get larger, that gives you a better sense of the train's distance and how fast it's approaching.
Mm.
But yeah, little tidbit of information, I guess. Yeah,
Tidbits with my
yeah. There's really cool hoses, like brake air hoses, and I think that's like a release lever.
Well, they're actually separate, right? You may not
They
be able
are.
to see that in camera, but you'd expect them to be molded into the plastic. They're
No,
actually
all
separate
separate.
bits.
There's even on the lights themselves down here, there's even grates, because quite often these will get damaged, and they ended up putting grates over them to protect the lights.
Are they like rhubars?
Yeah,
For your
kind
lights.
of
a what? Rhubarb.
rhubarbs.
Stop the kangaroos from hitting them and breaking them.
Oh, really?
Oh no, I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
I think they have these. They're like etched metal, which is really nice. You can see how small it is with my well manicured finger there. But that
Good
little
looking finger.
that little hatch little grate would come down and would allow the crew to move from one locomotive to another.
Oh, yes, yes.
Across the rear of the locomotives. Otherwise, if that wasn't there, the ladder would make that impossible.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah. Quite often they put advertising material or extra corporate information on the sides.
Yep.
Oh, and you've got another locomotive
I've
there.
got another one. This is
Let's
the
zoom out a little bit.
this is the Indian Pacific. Have a look at that.
That's a rare scheme that they apparently they had it in that paint scheme in the early 2010s. It's now been repainted the more traditional colors.
Really interesting, different tones of yellow there.
Looks
Yeah.
like it's got a speaker thing on the bottom.
Oh, it does.
What?
It does.
Oh, did you spot
Yeah.
something?
Do we get to make choo-choo noises?
That's it.
choo
Sound by
choo choo.
DCC Sound. So yeah, there is indeed a speaker in here.
And we don't have to fit chips to it.
Not at all.
It's ready to go.
We do have several variations, more than half a dozen variations of this locomotive. Some are DC, and we'll work on a more traditional analog layout, and others are fitted with the DCC decoders, sound equipment in there with speakers, and they're fully loaded essentially.
Do they sound different? Do the models sound different from each other?
No, because they're all the same. They're all the same locomotive
Oh,
mechanically. But they're some of the loudest and best sounding locomotives I've heard yet.
Let's go. Choo-choo.
Let's do that.
Bring it on.
Gonna stick it on?
Okay.
Oh, it's already on.
We've
There's
already got
one.
one here.
Oh, let's go back.
It's off camera.
It is off camera. It'll arrive
Uh-oh.
in
Oh,
camera.
it's gonna
Don't
make.
worry.
Hang on, hang on.
I'm
It's gonna
excited.
make an
Uh-oh.
appearance.
Gotta
Okay.
make an entrance.
Hang on, Heidi's got to get a better shot.
So we've
It's
got
a photo opportunity for
we've got to
Heidi.
go through the startup procedure. All right, you guys ready for this?
No,
Uh-oh.
I got nothing.
Nothing, huh?
Did you try this before?
Oh, I did try this before.
Do we
Uh-oh.
need to?
These are the joys of live TV.
They are.
Has it got-
Hang on,
Oh.
I'll check the voltage so the track is consistent. If stuff gets moved around with the wires, maybe it could have.
Is it a bit funky?
Yeah, that's okay.
Funky? Oh, you've got
I'll
the special
fix it.
touch, haven't
I've
you?
got the special touch.
Yep.
I think something just came loose.
I'm just going to hold this in case it
In
shoots
case
off
it goes
the...
flying.
Is it going to go
That's
flying?
it. No, it won't.
You sure?
I'll
put it-
swap places.
I've
with
put
you.
it on
Yeah,
I've put it on maximum.
Oh, look, I'm in the middle now.
It's funny having you
Look
here.
at that.
It's a good looking t-shirt, by the
Thanks,
way.
mate.
Jeez, I'm
Would you like one too?
I'm so
You
jealous. I'm so jealous.
I'm looking forward to getting
Hey?
mine.
Everybody, just queue up, guys. Get online. What else can we do? Do you know much about these trains?
This one's yellow.
Yep.
And it's the same shape as the other one we're looking at.
Yeah, well, it's an NR class, mate.
This one says NR18 on it.
Yeah, well, they have to have different numbers.
Did they?
This one says NR75.
Right. What about that one?
That one over there is an NR122. Everybody
Okay.
knows that.
They built about 120 of those.
122 at least,
Yeah.
I'd say.
They built a lot.
And when
big, aren't they?
when did they stop going into production?
In the late
I'm gonna touch the red
1990s,
one.
and they were superseded by a model that met more stringent emissions
Oh, really?
regulations, which sort of came into effect.
Oh,
There
look.
we go.
Yep,
We've
we got power.
We've got light.
Yeah,
We've
the
got
swappies.
power.
What's
Just
happened?
needed-
All right.
The wire came loose, but that's okay.
That can
All
happen.
my wires aren't loose anymore, so it's all right. So here we
All
go.
right. Got
Choo
action?
choo. It's killing me.
It's time for school, mate. What the school bell?
Jeez, it's a slow startup, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big engine.
Wow. You like that? What was that?
I think that's the air compressor
Really?
for the brakes. Yeah. So they go to great lengths to make these sounds really accurate to the extent of going out and recording the trains themselves and getting every conceivable sound possible. So
Wow.
for people who know a lot about the functions that these trains would have, like how the braking systems work, all the different pumps and regulators, you could distinguish all of those different sounds. But that's
Well, you better move it on camera. Nobody can see it.
that's it.
We're just talking about a
Yeah.
train that's making noise.
It's all about anticipation.
Well, I'm so
There you go.
excited. Let's go, buddy.
Is it moving?
Uh-oh.
Here she
Oh,
comes.
Oh. Put it in first, mate.
I was
What?
moving up.
Slow to start up, slow to accelerate.
You've stalled it.
It's going, it's going.
Choo-choo. Ah! Heidi pooped herself.
Wow.
Is that my phone or yours?
It's got camouflage. Why has it got camouflage?
That was a proposed paint scheme for Rio Tinto.
Yep.
and they didn't do that in the end, but
It's got LEDs on it and
it
everything.
does. Yeah, directional lighting. We're gonna get it going the other way, guys.
It goes backwards as well.
It does go backwards as well as forwards.
Oh. Take the handbrake off.
Takes a while to build up speed.
Here we go.
Oh.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, good. That's
pretty
the
nice.
That's the compressor, I think.
Oh.
There we go.
Nice.
That's the stop.
Yeah,
It's got
wow.
a bell. It's got the horn.
I want that fitted to my car.
Air horn.
Yeah.
How about we go through the shutdown, engine shutdown?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was really quick.
Oh.
Normally it's a little bit slower than that.
Well, I just turned the key off, right?
like everything-
That is phenomenal. I still am gobsmacked.
That's pretty
Is
impressive,
this
isn't it?
thousands of dollars?
Quite, no, not at all. Quite
Wow.
reasonable. Good value for money, these
That
locomotives.
is fantastic. And all these three will sound the same?
Yes, yeah, I think one of these isn't sound equipped.
Yep.
But they will all. Here we go. Here's the shutdown. So the bell goes off, and
Why is there a bell?
I think that's just to alert that it's shutting down and starting up. Could be a safety thing if somebody's in amongst moving parts.
I can't believe they don't have like a vibration thing in there.
Or just shake it off the rails, wouldn't you?
Look,
You could, I guess.
like the MFC in the Tamiya trucks.
I don't know if these.
I didn't swear, did I?
I don't think they shake that much.
No.
Hey?
I don't think they shake that much.
It's pretty heavy.
You obviously haven't
Yeah.
been on the Sandringham line.
No, I guess not.
It's a sandy line.
It's
isn't
a sandy
it? Always
line.
a sandy line.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really nice.
Really, really quite a striking example, that one. In the Rio Tinto, I'm going to call it a fantasy scheme because it never actually made it to production.
Oh, what's that?
So
Uh-oh.
the compressor's going for the brakes, you see.
Oh,
Heidi's up to no good.
So
Okay.
we can shut that down.
Here we go.
how good's that?
So yeah, even though technically the motor's off, the loco is still powered, and auxiliary operation will still function. So like right now it's parked, so you got to have the compressor going and keep your brakes.
Yep.
Really?
Brakes applied, yeah.
Wow.
So there you go.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I haven't looked at the sheet of all the functions.
Oh, yeah.
There's probably like 20 different sound functions, all programmable. So
Nice.
You are
yeah.
next level. I don't know. I've got a. I don't know.
You don't know what?
I just feel inadequate now.
You're
I don't
gobsmacked.
know. How can you bring? How can I bring something to the table that's going to compete with that?
You can't put your words together. What's going on? You've lost
Inadequate. That's it.
it. Oh, wonderful.
Fantastic. Well,
Amazing.
that is awesome, Marlon. Thank you for bringing that in and showing
you're
us.
very welcome.
I always learn so much from your end, and I really appreciate it. And I'm sure the guys out there love it too.
No problem. Did
I
anyone
loved
have
it.
any questions or any comments?
No, it doesn't
A
look like
few
it.
guesses on the car though.
Yeah,
I
there's
think.
guess. I think someone's got the car. Oh, there's another guess on the car too, with more detail. Oh, okay. We'll have to work it along by order.
Do we?
Yeah, because whoever answered first should.
Like get a prize.
Well, they can say they won, can't they?
They can get a free screenshot of their name on the screen
Oh, we can
with
do
the,
that.
with the
We
guess.
have the technology.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, that is awesome. Thank you very much,
Nice.
Marlon.
Awesome. You guys have
Thank
a
you
busy
for coming
schedule,
in.
so I will let you leave you to it.
No worries.
A
You
busy
guys-
schedule
You
indeed.
guys all have a fantastic weekend.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks, Marlon.
You better get
See you later.
these out away from me, mate.
That's okay.
I do not.
Yeah, I might pocket
Carefully,
I do
carefully
not-
park them over here. That's fine.
All
it.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marlon.
Thank you. All right, let's get back to this car, right?
Oh,
All right,
wow.
so who do we have? So we had.
What do we have?
Did I
It's
post- did I post
definite-
this already?
It is definitely a Holden.
HQ.
It's definitely a HQ.
Okay, so Jeffrey says
What
it's an
year is
HQ
it?
as well. Hang on.
What color is it?
We got.
Have we got
Anthony
anybody in
says
the
it's
colour?
an SS.
Oh, it is a SS.
All right, and then we got an here. How about
What?
this one?
Which one?
Anthony says an ultra violet SS HQ Holden.
Where's the box?
It's down here.
What does
There
it
is.
say? Ultraviolet, indeed. It
And
definitely is an
It follows up
ultraviolet.
with 1972.
1972.
Is 1972?
I don't know. It doesn't,
It doesn't
say
say,
it on
does
the, not on that box that I can see. But I'm going to take his word on that. Well, they were produced 71 to 74, weren't they, HQs?
I don't know. You asked
So
the wrong bloke.
They would have had different paint codes and different editions for different years.
Mm.
But yeah. Is this
Oh,
one,
well,
is it automatic or manual? Can you tell by the color or didn't you get up and have a look?
Is it
Was it too
autonomous?
early? I don't know. Heidi's got her fingerprints all over it. I'm scared to touch it.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm gonna
What are
break
you
it.
doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
What are you doing?
It's been guessed. Let's
What
have
are
a
you
look. Can I do this?
Yeah, let me do the focus.
Hang on. Sorry. I always like to look in the boot. Look, it's
You can
got
help yourself, can you?
got
What's in the
crash-
boot? There's no bodies in there, are
it's
there?
got crash protection. Bitty design wouldn't fit in
Oh,
there,
it has
mate.
got crash protection. It's got the phone.
That's not very nice. Oh,
Oh, I've got to leave that in
You
there.
don't-
That's
yeah.
holding the tire in there.
it's holding the spare wheel. Imagine having a spare wheel just in the boot these days, just flopping around.
What?
They just don't do it
is that
anymore,
what they
do
used
they?
to do? Was it just flopping
Yeah,
around?
or cut into the recess in the floor
Oh,
pan.
really?
Does the door open?
Yeah. There you go. What are you doing?
Is it automatic or manual?
I don't know. Let's have a look inside.
It's manual. It's got 3 pedals. Can we see inside? No, it's probably too dark. Isn't
Oh,
it?
you'll be surprised.
Get in there,
you'll be
mate.
surprised,
I'll try and hold it still. Oh, look
How's
at
that?
look at the detail. I
It's a
don't,
holder
I
on the
don't,
other
I
end
don't
with a
care
bit
who
of
you
light in
are.
there.
That is one of the butt ugliest dashes going. The 70s Australian cars were horrible for that, weren't they?
Were they?
Well,
I don't
yeah.
know much about 70s Aussie cars.
Well, not you're old enough.
Hey.
There's pictures of you going down Flinders Street in a horse and carriage, isn't there?
Oh, I didn't think they were still around.
1934, when you were just opening the doors of Hearns. No? You've been here longer than anybody. Come on, Beach.
Maybe.
Do you want to have a look at the
Spy
engine?
pics. Yeah, lift
can't.
it up.
I can't.
What do you mean? Sometimes these have got a special button on the bottom.
You do the button.
See this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so you push the button. Helps it lift up. You stick your finger in there.
Oh, hello.
There you go.
Oh.
Open sesame. Got a lot
What
of
can you
colourful
see in
bits,
there?
eh? There's an engine.
Then do the zoomy.
There's a
That's a 253, 4.2 litre.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. It's a 253, 4.2 litre. As opposed to the 308, 4.9 or 5 litres.
Does it have radial tuned suspension?
Does it? Well, I can't see a sticker on the glove box to
Does
dictate
it have a
that.
foot pedal handbrake?
The foot pedal handbrake.
Maybe that was the third pedal we saw. I don't know what you.
No,
No,
I'm calling it.
you're calling it.
Wipers, beautiful car, and super easy to guess. Next week, I'm choosing the car.
All right.
Yeah?
That was too easy to guess, wasn't it?
Way too easy.
Just
We're
got
still
picked.
on overhead.
Am I?
We are.
How's that?
Oh, that was too easy to get. Now, all the delicate stuff's out the way.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Unless
We're
I'm
not
off the
gonna,
soft.
you're not gonna catch on fire with this, are we?
I don't think so. Hope not.
All right. All right.
All right,
I
what should I
think-
do?
We should bring in Jordan.
Yeah,
So a special guest visiting us today from the Hobby Man.
that's right.
Come in and he's going to talk all things hobby with us.
That's it.
Come on in, Geordie.
Hey, welcome, Jordan.
You can go in the middle, mate. The guests always get the middle position.
it.
In the hot seat.
Hello.
How you doing?
Welcome in. So a lot of you may or may not know Jordan. Obviously, he doesn't get to do as much social content as we do because we have the studio here.
Yep.
But the Hobby Man and the Hearns are obviously the synergies of effectively one store across 2 locations.
Mm.
And young Jordan here is the main man over at the Narry Warren store.
Yeah, that's
Isn't
correct.
that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been managing the store now for about 2 years, and I've worked there for like 4 years
Yeah,
since it opened. Since it actually opened the doors there, I've been there. Hub
That's-
furniture.
that is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good little place to work.
I've got to
So
go
the-
there and visit
So
one
the
day.
Hub Band's been around for a while too, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people may not know that it started off.
In the hub in
Yep.
in Dandenong,
Mhm.
and then they moved it around Dandenong like 2 or 3 times,
Yeah.
and ended up in McRae Street for a number of years.
Mhm.
And that's when Davin took it from Arthur, and that's when he sort of shifted the focus a bit more to RC from trains. Although we still do it a lot of trains, of course. And then after a while, he was worked there, and then about 8 years ago, we moved it to Narry Warren to be more in touch with the customers are at the moment.
And it's
So
a
it's just a nicer
huge.
shop.
It's a huge store.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
really big.
Yeah.
It's a nice modern building, all really laid out nice, and there's car park right at the front.
Yep.
So you can essentially park the car at the front and walk in.
And it's funny that we've got like 2 really distinct stores, and then across the street, both got amazing donut shops.
Really?
Who would have thought?
Oh, yeah,
I haven't
Krispy
tried
Kreme.
the donuts over there. You got Krispy Kreme over
Yeah,
there.
of course.
Oh, that big, huge one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drive-in
first
is
one.
full.
Yeah,
The first one in Victoria.
We've got Walkers, they've got Krispy Kreme
Yes.
to battle off. So that's good. So welcome in. So what are we going to talk about today? What have you got for us?
What have we got for us? Well, we're talking about batteries, aren't we? That's what you told me.
Let's go. I'm super excited.
Batteries. New batteries have come in.
Here you go. Let's grab some of these suckers.
All right. So while you're doing that,
What are we looking at?
So we're looking at gigantic 4-cell lipos and 6-cell lipos.
Tell me more.
so Anthony wants to know what did he win? And basically, he
Anthony?
does a screenshot, right, of his name on the screen now. So if he does a screenshot now,
Yeah, he can do the
and
screenshot.
he can keep it free.
Yeah, that's right. He can look
Yay.
at that forever.
That's it.
And we can go, hi, Anthony.
And he's also said traumatic 3-speed. So
Yeah.
it sounds a bit painful, doesn't it?
Traumatic
All right.
first-
Well, in that.
That's what they're called, trimatics. But they got the
Ah.
name traumatic.
Ah, okay. I don't know enough about cars. It's one of my saddest points. So here we go.
All
What
right.
have we got?
Let's
4-cell.
go on the overhead, eh?
Oh, let's take it overhead.
So we got 4-cell lipos here, right? So we
Yes.
got some 8,100 Cs.
Oh,
So we got these intended for the gigantic X Maxes that have been made, and those really big 8-scale truggies and stuff like that have been manufactured. So popular. at the
and
moment.
racing buggies. I'm building a new buggy, and I'm gonna.
You gonna chuck one in?
We're gonna put this
Oh,
in.
yeah.
I'm gonna go racing with that sucker.
I'm going to be using these on the
100
Velcro.
C times 8.
800 amps, isn't it?
Double that for your burst. That's 1,600, mate. It's not going to want any more. You wouldn't be able to use it.
Oh well.
You give it a
Yeah,
go.
we'll use it.
You'll get
Yeah.
We'll
not the
short
first thing.
circuit them. We'll
10
see
gauge.
them
It's
work.
got the same wires as my DTM.
Yeah, an
Yeah.
XT90 plug on it because that's the most common one when it comes to really big cars. But
Really big cars, it is, isn't it? And it's probably one of the most reliable.
Yeah.
I know that Traxxas use their proprietary plug, and Armour somewhat use theirs, I suppose.
well, these IC5s now, but they're EC5 plugs essentially, just got an extra pin on them.
Yeah, these are
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
These are XT90. That's
And they're really easy to solder on if you ever need to. But
Mm.
but if you pop by my store, we can just resolder them on the spot. We've got a workshop at the back, and everyone knows how to solder this stuff. It's really cool.
Yep.
And then we got the big 5006S 100C, big sucker.
yeah.
So if you've got a truggy and you just want to go that little bit more speed, that's perfect.
These are physically they're the same size.
Yeah.
Physically the same size.
Yeah.
A little bit less capacity, so probably not going to last as long.
Still 5,000 is quite adequate though. I mean, if you want to have a good time,
Mm.
5,000 will do you a good job.
Because the problem is with 6S, you're generating a lot more heat. So the 5000 is probably going to save you. These bigger capacity batteries really can do a lot of damage. If one of your fans breaks or something and you don't realize or whatever, you can really cook your stuff in a heartbeat.
Also, it's just 33% more voltage, so it's just so much more power. You know, if you're not used to it, you just crack it and just like slam it into
Yeah.
do the backflips and stuff with them.
So these are cool, and these are the 9 Steps Industries packs.
Yep.
Mhm.
And these are new models in the lineup.
Yep.
Which is really cool. So they're new to us, new product to Australia.
Yep.
And
There's
worldwide.
that special one there too.
Yes.
And this one.
So this is the one that I actually got this one. I requested this one. So this is the Tamiya packs. It's got that nice round shape on it.
Yep.
There we go.
So there's still some of those retro Tamiya cars that don't have the square cutouts. They're designed for racing packs.
Pretty much.
Yes.
And those
all
other
of them.
blocky ones won't fit in.
Yes.
Yep.
And even some of the rules for the entry level classes, like the Tamiya truck class and stuff, I believe you still have to use a Tamiya style pack, which
Yep.
refers to rounded lipo.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that's in an aid to stop people putting expensive competition packs. Because these are really cost effective.
Mm.
And when you're running either 540 motors or 21.5s, they're more than enough capable.
Yeah.
You probably are really getting to the limit of your Tamiya plug, but most people would either put a Dean's plug on there, I
Right.
suppose, in that application.
Well, we sell these with Deans anyway, so it's not
Yeah.
a problem.
Mm.
That's right.
Um,
But that will go into all your re-rays. The modern Tamiya speed controller does have LiPo or nickel metal settings.
Yeah.
So you'll hit voltage cutoff and won't wreck your battery. So it's important that you implement that.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and your aftermarket 9 steps speed controllers,
Mhm.
that has got a little jumper wire. So you can turn it from NIMH to LiPo
Yeah, easy to
Between-
set, isn't it?
to ensure that you hit cutoff and
Yeah.
don't drain it too flat that you do damage to the battery.
Yeah, be very careful with that LiPo cutoff. Make sure it's set correctly.
Yeah, make sure you set your LiPo cutoff. So yeah, 9 steps Industries, new batteries.
Yeah,
that is
that's
really
nice.
cool. They are going to fly out the shelf.
For sure.
Those 4-cell 8000s definitely going to fly the stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Especially when, there's X Max. Oh, what do you want, the big ones? Yeah, of course you want the big ones. You bought an X Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't buy the X Max to buy the small ones, did you?
yeah, no, you want to get the maximum you can out of it.
Absolutely.
And like I said, I'm going to take these racing in 8-scale buggy. I reckon
they'll
these
go
are going to
really
be
well.
awesome. Because we've had 9 steps for quite some time now. I want to say a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah,
9
give or
steps.
take.
And the batteries are really reliable.
These are fitting GT as well.
GT, yep.
Yep, you
So
can
does
extend
GT
the-
8-scale.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got some of my customers and they're speed running these packs.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're pumping out the amps as they need. I have more problems with but sometimes you have Traxxas plugs that aren't quite right. We catch them before they go out. I have more problems with the Traxxas plug than you do with the packs.
Yeah,
Who
for
cares about a
sure.
plug?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's
good.
cool.
And if you're BJ, you just turn up the turbo until you blow the solder and joints off the back of you. No, wasn't that you at the velodrome, or was that our fearless leader Nick?
No, I did one of those.
You did one of those
Yeah,
too.
the car just stopped. I went to grab it, and there was a wire hanging off it because the solder melted.
Yeah, that's how much current we were passing through.
We'll have to do silver solder next time.
But yeah, we got 9 steps packs in the
Unbelievable.
X Max, the 6500s, the older generation.
Yeah.
They'll be years old, and they have been thrashed, and they look very secondhand, and they still charge it and run amazingly.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Really
9
proud to
steps
stuff these.
batteries.
Yeah, it's cool.
Check that out. That'll be at both locations.
So got Anthony. He came back with wow to his prize. It's pretty good, isn't it? Awesome.
That's it.
Okay, so Anthony also said, as we were talking about batteries, you could also use LiPo alarm.
You
What was that
can.
for?
Yeah.
So I guess there's some older stuff that doesn't have any LiPo cutoff and things, and we still do have LiPo alarms.
Yeah.
It's very easy just to fit into the balance port.
They
Yeah.
fit to the balance port. You just Velcro it to your double-sided tape to the top of your
Yeah.
battery.
And just make sure you set it to like 3.4, 3.6 volts per cell, depending on your taste.
Yeah.
And you'll be fine. The thing will scream as soon as it gets anywhere near it. Especially if you've got kids who tend to ignore the LiPo cutoff, you can't ignore an alarm, or at least you can't because you'll
Well,
hear
it's
it.
really loud, those alarms.
Yeah.
Because the Traxxas will allow you
Easy.
to, that'll cut off, but then if you go and turn it off and turn it back on again, they'll run for a minute or two.
Yeah, because the surface voltage will creep up again, and you'll find that it'll just work for that little bit, and that's when you really start digging the heart out of the packs. And that's the danger zone.
Start smashing it.
Sometimes we can save them, sometimes you can't, but you do your best.
Definitely not. All right, what else have we got?
What should we move on to? You got other RC stuff. How
I've
about we
got
go to
so
plastic?
much RC stuff. I
Let's
think
talk
we
about
should
plastic.
talk plastics.
All right. What have I got here?
Oh,
What is this? Let me change this back.
you need to go for a wide lens for that sucker.
Jesus,
Holy
What
moly.
is that?
you can't see my head.
There he is.
So re-release from Tamiya. This is the Nissan 240 ZG in
ZG.
12 scale.
Why
Okay,
is it
so-
called a ZG? That's American market.
No, it's not. So apparently I thought it was American market, but the G version is the super spec one. It's got all the flares and stuff on it. And it was predominantly in
There you
Japan. Okay, but this particular one, what they've done is this is actually an early kit they've re-released, but they've made it as a street version. So it's got the strut brace.
Yep.
I might be able to show that a bit later. So it's on the side of the box there actually.
Are we going to do
There's
an unboxing?
Oh, I don't know about unboxing because we're gonna have to chop it open.
I can see the fear come into your eyes when I say unboxing. Hey,
And they've added photo etch, so there's a nice spread of photo etch to add
you
more detail.
love your photo etch.
I do. What else have they done? There's a
Seat
rear
belts.
spoiler. Oh, seatbelts. Yep.
Seatbelts.
Different wheels.
Yep.
These are Watanabe style wheels, yeah?
You love anything Wanataba. I can't say it.
You can't say.
I'm done.
Watanabe.
Carburetor,
Yeah,
air
so very
funnels.
nice indeed. So the Tamiya have been re-releasing a lot of their 12 scale cars.
I'm
They've-
glad.
They've done a lot of F1s of late.
Yeah, the
Yep.
Brabham and
Yep.
with the Renault up there.
Yeah,
Yep.
the Renault just came out too.
Yeah,
oh, we've
so
got it
that's-
here.
yeah, it's
Yep,
lovely.
anyway.
We'll have a look at that a bit later. What else is it? It's just like Italy. They released quite a few things too.
Yeah, it's
Old
great.
prototype kits. Nice.
Can you go in the overhead and have a look at the side of the
Yeah,
box here?
let's
Can we
do
see
that.
that? Look at that. And we can just, might need to refocus up there a bit, old mate.
Yeah, I'm really glad
Uh-oh.
they're doing this.
Oh,
Look,
look,
there we
look at
go.
those trumpets as well. Okay.
Air funnels, carburetor.
What's
Look
with
at
the
that.
carburetor? Are they white metal or something? Are they?
Yeah,
There's the carbs.
yeah.
Right. There's your strut brace.
Triple Weber carbs.
You got your Watanabe wheels right there. We'll just slide that across. There's your
Yeah,
seat belts.
Mm.
Okay, so they're fabric on self-adhesive backing. And then you've got your photo etch sheet here. You've got your buckles there for your seats.
Looks like vents.
Yeah.
For the heating
And then there's
back.
also cartograph decals in here as well, although there won't be a lot of decals. It'll be mainly the
Can we have a look on the other side?
other side. What's on the other side?
Oh,
Not
no,
much.
not much.
Not much?
Bit of,
What is it?
that's what it's
Oh,
going to
you
look
gotta-
like
you
if you
gotta-
paint it white.
Got a profile view.
And a bit of a blurb.
Bit of a blurb.
There you go.
That's nice.
That is
Wow.
cool. It's upside down now. Upside down, upside down.
Decent. I like it. Yeah?
That is really cool.
Big kids. Love
Hey,
it.
are you getting one?
No.
No, it's
No.
it's no pig tank.
No, it's no pig tank.
No
It's
pig
no
tank.
Mephistophele.
I'm really glad they're releasing those 12 scales again. Because
Okay.
in the past few years, there's been very little on the market, and it's all
No.
been really expensive stuff.
That's right.
Very expensive. Now
Well,
it's
the Porsches they released were really popular.
Mm.
The 911s and the 93,
like
well, 934s and 935.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
What else have you got for us? Show me some plastics.
Oh, you want more plastic?
Yeah.
More plastic. All right. How about this? We'll go a bit different. We'll go
KV2.
tanky tank.
Tanky tank.
There's a
What have we
tanky tank.
got? Talk to me about tanks. Do you know about tanks?
That is an early Russian World War II heavy tank.
Are we allowed to talk about Russia?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Oh, includes figures and torso.
What do you call it then?
Figures and torso.
Figure and torso. Basically, 2 figures and marking options. Excellent.
So these were around in the early part of the war as the Germans were attacking on the Eastern Front.
Mhm.
These were a KV1 chassis, and they called it the KV2 because this has a gigantic turret on it. I don't know why the turret's so big. It's got this big, massive, gigantic gun on it.
You know what they say about tanks with big turrets?
What's that?
Well,
Big,
KV2s.
big destruction.
1941.
So this is actually a retooling. The KV2 has actually been around for a long, long time in the Tamiya range, and as a retooling, it's one of the latest things out. It's got brand new surface detail, all the casting, rough cast. It's got a really sharp weld beads molded into it.
Mm-hmm.
The tracks aren't all individual, but they're semi-individual, which means you can get that really droopy look, which was very specific for Russian tanks because Russian tanks were rear drive. So if we go over here.
So they had droopier tracks than normal tanks.
Yeah, because what happens is when they're driving, I'm getting all out of focus. Is that focus?
Yeah, I think looks pretty good.
Because the drive is here, like German tanks were driving from the front. So when you drive from the front, it actually tensions the top. But because this is driving from the rear, as it's rotating this way, it's actually making this all floppy on the top. And that's very noticeable amongst the Russian tanks. And they've done that with the individual links across the top and then straight sections on the bottom. So a little bit of extra work, but
so much better
nice.
Individual link stuff, though. My
Yeah.
God.
And then you got some new figures, and Tamiya being pretty famous for their 30 scale figures. They do a really good job there.
They do.
Yeah.
What's the thing about this company? This company is so consistent.
Mm,
You buy it, you know it's going to be in the box. You know it's just going to fit.
that's
It's
right.
going to be awesome.
So looking at this, 1941. So that's very early in the war.
Mm.
Super early. Yeah, so that's a KV2.
KV2,
Chunky looking.
not to be mistaken with the KV1.
No.
That's right.
Right. What else have we got?
What else we got? Well, you want to move on to something else RC, and then we'll move back to something classic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
What else have you got?
What do you
What have
want?
you been doing? You've been doing heaps.
So much.
You've been so
So
much you're all confused. What's this? What are these things?
What have we got
Just
here?
tiny, isn't it?
This is. We have received. It's just a bit of blue tack, mate. It's not a magic trick.
I know. I'm
Oh,
It's
okay.
trying to work out the secret.
So we've just received a big shipment of Orca products.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a fresh restock of OE1 speed controllers. Where are we going? We're going overhead.
Oh, I was just going to focus it first.
So the OE1 speed controller, which
Overhead?
is their
Mhm.
top line speed controller. This one here.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll do all your modified applications, rated at like 200 amps. Yeah, fully tunable. And it's on a lot of top line racing cars. We'll also do the other classes can go to blinky mode and do all that stuff with ease because it can handle so much current.
what turn rating can you go down to? About 3.5?
3.5. 3.5, I think, for these ones.
Got
So, and this will operate on up to 2S. I think
Nice.
they're rated like 2S rating, which is, yeah, just purely for
It's very focused, isn't
1/10 racing,
Yeah.
whether it's on road or off road. Yeah, 1/10 racing. So that is really cool. That's their premium OE1 that we've got that back. A step down from that,
it? Well, this intrigues me because this is so small.
isn't it? And it's still a 120 amp unit. So
It's
that
got a
would,
bit tighter, right?
yep. So we can see you have to go zoom right up. It is absolutely tiny. This is where you solder your wires onto. It's still a 120 amp unit. Doesn't have external provisions for a fan mount because it just doesn't get hot with anything down to, because it'll run down to 10.5 turns.
Just tilting and see how thin it is. Look at that.
You can see my blue tape.
Oh, that's a magic trick, right? Can't show that. It is so tiny.
Otherwise, every time I slam the cabinet drawer, all my stuff falls over. So
I like the gold plating.
it's really, really nice. It's good quality stuff. So, and that's called the OE101.
Okay.
Uses the same program box as the OE1.
Yep.
Has, I think, nearly all of the same features. Will, in fact, do turbo and boost and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Right.
But only goes down to 10.5 turns, being
Okay.
120 amps.
2S as well?
2S as well,
Beautiful.
yep. Yeah, we do have 1S versions of both of them for 12 scale races.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, so that's the OE101 speed controller, electronic speed controller, and that would be perfect for, yeah, they mainly use it in the junior classes. I mean, 95% of people race in the stock spec classes, which is 21, 17.5, and 13.5 motors. And that speed controller will do it really, really easily with all the functions and features of the OE1.
Nice. It's so small.
Yeah,
No
and you're
profile at
saving.
all.
You can see that, yeah, how the difference in the thickness and stuff. So if performance and saving weight as you go, which stock is usually about, that's why the OE101 performs so well.
No, nice. Very, very nice.
So another thing that we've had a restock of is the Mod Train and the Blit Train 2 motors. So they call their stock range Blit Train 2.
Yep.
There's been no updates or anything there, but we've got a fresh restock of all the current motors.
Yep.
So the most common for, like I said, for stock is 21, 17, and 13.5.
Yep.
So I've got a full range of those. They're all raw approved and legal for racing.
Beautiful.
And then we've got all the modified wines back in. So 4.5, 5.5. Yeah.
A bit torquey on the magnet.
That magnet, man, I can barely turn it. This one's easier to take.
So these have got the fully open cases.
Yeah. Yeah, so really good cooling. So they're definitely not a cheap motor, but they're definitely stock motors. You can spend like $280 on these suckers.
Yeah.
And there's no need for it. You can go just as well, you know, with like the Orca range of Blit Train 2 motors, as long as you got them tuned right, you know.
Yeah, of course.
So for most people, that is more than enough, and they're really well priced. They've got really, really good quality bearings in them, and they'll last for years if you look after them.
Nice.
Yep. So that is the Orca ESCs and motors.
So I got this question from Anthony. He wants to know, how do you program them?
How do you program them?
Yeah.
With a program box.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring a program box.
So there's a specific one.
Yes.
So Orca make a
In the
program
case
box.
behind you.
Yeah. Are you going in there?
We could even do a live demonstration if you want.
Can we?
If you really want to.
Not recorded. Live.
Live. There is the Orca
Nice.
OE101 program box.
Okay.
And that is just plug and play. So that'll just plug into a little port on the speed controller here.
Yep.
And that's how you access all your parameters and tuning options.
I like that it's used as a separate plug stuff because a lot of time with like Hobby Wing and stuff like that, you have to pull it out of here.
Yeah.
And you have to pull it. You have to undo your cables and everything like
That's
that. So
right.
having a separate port, that's really good.
Yeah.
Makes it super easy.
Yeah, it plugs in and plugs out. There's no Wi-Fi to connect. There's no phone apps.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I mean, sounds good in theory, all these things, but in practice, you got to turn it off, turn it on. Bluetooth's not working, bad connection.
Turn everything off and on again.
That's right.
And
This
then you're
thing,
ready.
you just plug and play. It tells you all your data and your data logging as well as your tuning options. So Orca stuff is really good quality. Really happy to have full range back in.
Nice.
Another thing we got from Orca this shipment was their batteries, the new Infinite X batteries. And they've got this really bespoke sort of labeling on it.
Yeah. So
Like
they got
real
different look to them.
stealthy.
Yeah, real stealthy.
Real stealthy. So this is the 4290 ultra low center of gravity pack.
Yep. Bring it back.
Oops.
Bring it back.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I can't see.
Are you trying to look?
I'm trying to focus.
It's focused.
Is it focused?
Oh, it's not
You
now.
sure?
Yeah,
There it
How's
is.
that?
It's focused.
All right. How good's that?
the focus is. So you can see here, yeah, it's got really stealth, really neat looking batteries, 5mm bullet plugs, which is really common in the racing scenes these days. Most people run that. And that's a 4290, and that is perfect for modified applications. Mostly they'll use that
Is that just to keep the weight down?
to keep the weight down, so you can put your excess
thin.
weight where you want it.
Yep.
Because you don't need like the full grunt of what the bigger packs are 5490.
Oh, is that because
So-
you're running like a super low turn motor, so you don't need the
So
extra
you've got
amps.
all the power and everything in your motor. It doesn't
Yep.
have to be in your battery, whereas the stock motors actually need it. It sounds silly, but the stock motors actually need a bigger battery to run a bit harder.
Yep. Oh, there you go.
And there we have a on-road pack, and that is a 6390, and that is what you'd use in 21.5 or 13.5. Again, modifieds will usually use a smaller pack than that.
Yep.
But yeah, that is a super high punch pack, 135C, again with the 5mm connectors, really neat. And Orca packs are really common, really popular because they're so robust again. you know, and they perform
So it's-
really
you're looking at the rubbery
consistently.
bits on the end.
Yeah.
That's so you can actually flip it around depending on where you want
Yeah.
the positive and negative.
Depends on your install.
Yeah.
Of course.
Exactly. So there is an industry standard to have it like that, but if you're super special and want your wiring super neat in a given application, then you
Yep.
can flip it upside down,
Yeah, of course.
which makes it really cool and really universal until
Beautiful.
you lend your battery to somebody and they blow their speed controller up.
Cool. I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who hasn't done it.
No.
It's
No. And I'd hate to say it, but I'm actually due for it as well. Believe it or not. It's been a
It's
while.
on the calendar.
It's been a while since I've done it. It's just a numbers game. You know what I mean?
how many times can you plug it in a hurry?
That's right. And it's always in the worst spot, always in a hurry, always trying to do something, you know. Always. And then it's just, oh, well.
Taking shortcuts, eh? You know better, but you take a
You know
shortcut.
better, and that's
It
right.
goes, psst,
And you never mean to until after. You go,
then all the smoke
Yeah.
comes out and you try to catch the smoke and put it back in there. It never works.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, does
That's
it?
right.
It
Once
never
it's-
goes back.
they're made from smoke. Once the smoke gets out, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's gone.
That's it.
So while we're talking Orca,
Yeah.
Mm.
because
What else you got?
there's one on the hook behind you there, mate.
What do you mean?
That bright thing on the hook behind you looks like a buggy.
Oh, this thing. This thing.
Yes.
Oh, what is it?
That is a new Yokomo YZ2 DTM 3.1.
And I heard you drove this.
I did. So myself and Simon Healy, our 1/10 off-road guru, helped me put that together on the show. So stay tuned for those. They'll be getting released soon, won't they, Beach?
Yep.
We've got to get some more episodes out.
Yeah, that'll be happening next week.
Yeah. So that was its maiden voyage, and we run that versus the old Cal 3
Nice.
that I've got here. Although I didn't have time. That's obviously the new body. I didn't get a chance to paint up. So that's the old Cal 3. I wanted to do back-to-back testing. So the old car versus the new,
Mhm.
and hot race versus sweep.
Yep.
And yeah, a lot of things were learned. I had a blast, and it was just a good session. So if you actually have a look under the hood there on that one, rip it off, mate. Rip the Velcro
What
off.
say? Rip it in half.
Well, don't do that. But you can see we've got Orca. We've got Orca motor in there. We've got
Oh,
an
it's got a
Orca
top
fan.
That's a nice servo.
That's a really nice servo, isn't it? We're going to talk servos too if we get the chance. So here we have an Orca OE1 because it's running down to, it's currently got a 7.5 turn motor fitted in it.
Nice.
It's two-wheel drive modified. It's got a Orca Mod Stream motor, Orca Insane 2 40mm fan, and it's got the fan holder as well. So it's fully fitted out with Orca gear. But yeah, this is the new DTM 3.1 out on its maiden voyage, and that was super cool. It was really impressive. And even like with the kit setup, it's still got the kit springs and everything Yokomo on it. And was faster and nicer to drive than the outgoing Cal 3. So
This is nice.
that was really cool. For those of you that might know, it's also been fitted with a 10PX. So it's got the R404 receiver. And it's got another little trinket in there that Futaba Australia sent me, and that is the temperature sensor.
Oh, cool.
And I think I showed that on last week's show. But however, yeah, it's actually been utilized, and it was so handy. It was really, really good.
Oh, so yeah, what it was talking to you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it talks to you every 30 seconds. She tells you how hot your motor is.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to talk now?
She can talk now. If you turn it on, mate. Just the power button here.
Oh, wow. It's like a spaceship sometimes. This
A
is
little bit, isn't it?
beautiful.
So we can see up here we've got the telemetry is actually off at the moment. But if I go and fire it up, it'll say the temperature. Unfortunately, I've got lots of fans in there to keep it all cool.
Okay, so this is the temperature showing there.
21 degrees.
Yep.
And if it wasn't for the fans, you could hear her talk.
Oh, well, I'm going to always carry the buggy away.
Yeah. So every 30
Yeah,
seconds,
like that.
every 30 seconds, she announces, "Drive it away, babe." Oh, not too far.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, so that is the DTM 3.1. That's the 10PX,
God, that servo's fast.
isn't it? That is the MKS 575. That wasn't fresh for that build. That was something that's come out of another car because they last for years. So, but I mean, the amount
Quick
that I
reacting,
use
isn't
them,
it?
oh, they're the fastest on the market without a doubt.
Well, especially
You know what I
when
mean?
you're running in modified too, right? You want it to react when you
Well,
need it to.
mate, I'm old. It's better than me. Let's be honest. What were you listening for? She went.
Yeah. Did you say anything?
Yeah, I think she did.
Oh, she was shy.
That's like a quiet.
What do you mean? It's really quiet.
It's not that quiet.
I haven't heard her yet. Where is she?
Every 30 seconds,
Is she on a break?
maybe.
She's having tea,
It's not really riveting TV.
isn't it?
No, that is a 10PX.
Okay.
I'm going to do an episode this week where I fit a carbon protector for it.
Yep.
And a lanyard. Futaba Australia sent me some goodies.
Oh,
So
cool.
some safety things.
Yes. Okay.
So the carbon handle
Yep.
is more like if you drop it or to protect the screen.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
And the nice Futaba lanyard. So you've
Yep.
got it around your neck. So you've got no chance really of
Dropping it.
hopefully dropping off the
Mm.
driver's stand, or if you go to slip or something. I've seen it happen before. People
Yeah.
slip over and
Yeah.
drop their transmitter.
Oh,
Yeah, they can be
So
painful.
yeah, you want to look after these things. But the
Yeah.
10PX, so that was the first time I actually had it on track, this one, because the other one was the prototype that got sent back to Futaba.
It was good, isn't it?
It feels really good. And just be careful because the car is still on, sitting over there.
so don't slam the throttle in.
No, don't
not?
slam the throttle. But if you turn that power switch off, it shuts the car down anyway. There you go. One of the fans turned off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
One of the
heard
fans
that.
still on.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yes. So that is really cool.
That is really
10PX and the YZ2 DTM 3.1 was awesome. Gonna talk some more model stuff.
Model stuff. I got one more.
All right.
Okay, one more.
What have you got?
This sucker.
What is it?
Renault.
That's a Renault.
Renaults?
No, it's a Renault, isn't it? So this is the what is it? RE30,
RE20 Turbo.
RE20 Turbo.
Oh, not to be mistaken with the RE30.
With photo etch parts again. They're throwing them in.
So this is another one of the early kits have done. They've put in the photo etched fret, so quite a large fret, and also the cartograph
What's a
decals.
fret?
Fret is a sheep.
Oh.
Yeah. So the decals are in cartograph, which makes a big difference in a racing type car because the original decals that came with these were pretty average.
Were they?
Yeah, because you've got very large areas where you got some fine pinstriping like around here.
Yeah.
Is that
and-
because technology has changed?
I think so. And it's gotten to a point where cartograph is just
The industry standard?
that's it. They've worked out how to do screen printing perfectly and really nice and thin.
Yeah.
And that after you apply them and use decal setting solutions, they don't fall apart or melt.
I know.
So they're really good. Once you run, you can put a clear coat over them as well, and they're so thin that the clear coat covers them quite easily. You don't have that big step. Tamiya decals are renowned to be very, very thick. It takes a lot of clear coat to cover them.
Yeah.
But if you do that, it loses the scale effect of the car because it just looks like you've got like centimeters worth of paint on it.
Oh, really?
Nice.
So
I'd
if
like
you
to
get,
see you do something like this.
really?
What photo etch is it?
So the photo etch. Oh, I don't think they've done it on this box. This is very much the original box. They haven't
Original
added
box
any.
art.
Yeah.
Have you ever built one of these?
I've built some of the later cars. So
Ah.
the McLaren MP46,
Mhm.
12 scale, done probably 3 of those. The Ferrari, that was a 641, done a few of those. They were really good builds. And the Williams FW14B, got a couple of that.
Yeah, that wasn't really
Lovely.
so long ago, was it?
But those particular cars are really hard to come by now. So it's good to see these earlier stuff because these used to be absolutely everywhere in the 80s. Like every store had them, Kmart, everyone had them. And then when they discontinued them, you couldn't find them again. But it's great that they come out
They
again.
completely went out of stock.
So the 312T 4 Ferraris coming out as well.
Oh, really?
Around this sort
They're
of time.
going back to those as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So doing the same thing, cartograph decals and also photo etch for that too. And if you saw some of our posts from the recent Shizuoka fair, they're releasing the Tyrrells in with the same sort of thing.
Yeah,
So the 6-wheeler, the what was the other one? I can't remember the number of it. 004, is it?
Oh, I remember seeing that sheet.
Yep. And then there's also the 20th scale 6-wheeler, which has got a huge photo etch frets with it. Massive. They look awesome. So whether you like the smaller 120 scale or 112 scale,
I'm so
there's
glad.
something coming out.
I'm so glad they're doing the Formula Ones again. Do you know how often people ask? You just
Yep.
can't get this stuff anywhere.
No. And that's because it's such an interesting build. So much that goes into them.
Yep.
And make it, because the cowling fits on top, making it all work. This is a ground effects car too. I think it's got the skirts on the sides.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a skirt there. Oh, interesting era.
We used to refer to it as a turbo era, but that doesn't really work anymore because it's now, I suppose it is the original turbo era now that it's a hybrid era, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh, they're running like electric.
electric and turbo and small motors.
Oh yeah, because they build up the electricity in it or something like that, and it puts it back into it.
That's right.
So Tony has sent a message.
Tony P, I thought he's got 3 of these already.
He said he's going to be on Monday to pick one up.
Oh, that's easy.
Well, he'll let
There
us
you
do
go.
our unboxing then.
Yeah, that's it.
What else have you got up there?
Oh, that's all I brought. Have you got more stuff? You got plenty of stuff, haven't you?
I have got plenty of stuff.
There's some
What-
servos sitting over here.
Let's
You've
do
got a
it.
car over
Let's
there.
do the servos.
You want to do servos?
So the highest one on the top here.
That's it.
Yes. So this week as well, we received another shipment of Highest servos. And Highest is a brand of servo that we bring into Australia. They are really, really good quality.
Yeah.
And they do a really, really large range.
Mm.
So if you've got a Tamiya re-release from us and you've included a Tamiya pack with that to get your car going,
Yep.
there's a very good chance that it would have had a Highest D300 servo in it.
Yep.
And that's because we include that in the kits.
Yep.
They're only like a $30 odd, $40 servo, but they perform really well and
They
they
do.
are super reliable.
I've never had one come back to my store. Not
No,
one.
So
no.
when you consider a retro car in its day in the
Yeah.
80s would have had something like a Sandler or Futaba S148 in it,
Electronics or something.
right? And they would have been pumping 2.5, 3 kilos.
Yeah.
And
And
how many
they were
kilos
ju-
talk do they have
they were
now?
just crap.
They were
so-
because the steering used to get stuck.
So even if you've got like a simple speed controller with a 6-volt BEC,
Yeah.
which is what most of the Tamiya and the NSR 001 is,
Yeah.
you're looking at 6.8 kilos of torque.
That's
And that
heaps.
is plenty.
Especially with those cars, like the tires aren't like
Massive.
yeah, they're not
So
massive
the
or
car,
anything.
the
Like
car
that.
is obviously like a couple of kilos, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 6.8 kilos. So
Yeah.
that is like phenomenal. That is like probably more than the 1001 or something that we used
Yeah.
to race back in the day, $180, $200 servo back,
Yeah.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
So these are really good and the quality is good.
Yeah.
This is the plastic gear model.
Yeah.
And if you come up, but it's fully ball raced. Remember
Yeah.
when they used to be bushed and there was ball raced and there was metal gears?
Yeah.
And then the ones that weren't bushed.
That's right.
The 148 would have been bushed. It would have been just a plastic casing.
Just plastic casing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. So yeah, really, really good. And all digital. So it's all compatible with your modern radios,
Yes.
which is
beautiful.
good.
Yep.
The next step up from that is the 550T,
Yep.
which we've got here. Very similar torque rating. So it's actually got a higher power motor. So I think this is the watts of the motor. That's how they get there. So this is a D300, 300 watt.
Yep.
This is a 550.
Ah, right.
So this one you're looking at 9.3 kilos.
Okay.
And a transit time of 0.17. So that's really respectable.
It is.
Really, really.
It is.
Like, For any 10 scale, like basher cars, slashes,
Mm.
octanes, it
Yeah.
goes straight in.
Anything that you want to put like I'll just use like a Traxxas.
Let's have a
You know what I
close
mean?
look,
I'm just going to use a Traxxas 10 scale, like you said, because they come with absolute crap servos. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
anything's going to fail on your Traxxas,
Yeah.
probably going to be your servo.
Yeah.
And that's probably just a price point thing when they make the kit.
Yeah.
But you go and put a $60 servo in it, and you've increased the quality of the servo tenfold.
You can see the metal in there.
Yeah, so it's got metal spline, metal gears, ball raced.
Yeah.
And good, plenty of torque. I'd go as far as to put this in a Hoss.
Yeah, that'll work.
And the next one up from this is the 550W. Mechanically the same. It's waterproof version.
Yep.
So if you're somebody who likes to get your stuff all wet and gooey,
If you want to drown it,
if you want
Yep.
to drown it, you want
So
to.
when you say waterproof, well, actually, you can submerge it.
I don't like to say that to anybody who says, submerging. I don't know. I'm saying no.
Even your standard servo is going to be splash proof, right?
Splash proof.
So when they go waterproof, I'm assuming that it'll take more water.
if
Oh,
you,
definitely.
if
They're definitely waterproof.
Yeah.
I don't know, like if I had it in a TRX4 and was driving along the base of a swimming pool,
Yep.
And then out the other side, I don't know that it would survive
Oh,
that.
that's a bit extreme, isn't it? We're talking about like big puddles and things.
Yeah,
That'd be no
yeah, yeah.
problem.
yeah, well, you actually would do it where it just
Yeah.
covers just the top up to the servo.
Yeah,
it would be
that'd
fine. But if you start putting heaps of pressure on it,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go up to the DLP 700, which is really cool. So this is a low profile servo.
Yeah.
And this is really good for people who are just getting into racing.
Yep.
They're getting into either 10 scale off-road or 10 scale on-road,
Yes.
and they're looking for a really good, reliable little servo. And it's got the metal heat sink.
Yep.
Again, full metal gears, ball raced, and really good performance. You've got a transit time of 0.1 of a second, so 0.10, and you've got torque up at 14 kilos.
Yep. 0.1's enough for most people.
Plenty.
Plenty fast.
Drift cars as well, that'd be perfect.
Drift cars as well. Yep. Super small.
Yeah, the YD2s and stuff.
Really neat looking. Even your F1, anything. I'd put this in anything. I really would. Really good, and it doesn't cost you, $180.
Yeah. Like the top end stuff does.
Because that is the next step up.
Yeah.
So the next low profile one is the DLP 750. If we can come, and you can see here it's got the beautifully full machined and anodized case.
Yeah. Full metal case.
Full metal case. So this is a high spec servo, and again we're looking at figures of 0.10 at 6 volts and 11 kilos of torque at 6 volts. That drops down to 0.08 and 14 kilos. So it has the same specs as the cheaper DLP, but it has all the bling of the precision machined alloy case, So that looks fit in any race car or situation. And again, to go up from the B550W, then we have the 900W. So that's if you're serious about your crawling, or your bashing. You're really looking for something seriously waterproof.
It has some pretty extreme torque in that, wouldn't it?
It does. It doesn't actually have them written on the case, but I want to say it's up towards 20 kilos, 25 kilos.
It's more than that. If memory serves, it's 7.4 volts, running close to above 30, I'm sure. It's pretty intense. Like on a major crawling stuff, that's perfect. That's what we generally sell at Hobby for. Crawler guys, they love it.
So that's a premium waterproof servo. Yeah, for sure. So like you said, in any premium or anybody serious about their crawlers. And these last two here are their full-size servos, and these go predominantly into 8-scale buggies and truggies.
Oh, okay.
So you've got a high torque and a high speed version.
Yes.
Precision machine case, full-length case, and you're looking of, torque to up at over 30 kilos and transit times down at 0.09. That is the high torque one, and the high speed one's like 0.08 at 26 kilos.
Yeah, so 0.08, 0.07, that's pretty extreme.
That is extreme.
0.08. But what, throttle?
Throttle, potentially, yeah. Well, you generally, I don't know. Most people
Personally, I think that's a bit fast, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You'd probably just flood your car. I don't know. No, people, but it gives you the scope to then slow it down or different applications. But both of them.
The high torque one, I mean, they've got so much speed now. You'd use a high torque one.
But electric 8-scale buggy, you'd have no dramas putting that in. 26 kilos. Because you've got good BEC that you can run up at 7.4 volts, 5 amps. You can easily run these servos.
Well, most modern ESCs and receivers are going to run 7.4 anyway. So if you get chuck 7.4 and get the most out of it, you can.
That's right. But the best thing about these higher servos is, they're reliable, they're super neat, and they're very well priced. You know what I mean?
Made in Korea.
Yep, made in Korea. So
lovely.
The next step above that is the MKS. They don't, they go up towards $300.
That's
a lot of money, which is full top shelf for servo.
If you've got really big planes or really fast helis, the MKS are really good for that.
But these highest ones are good for anything else. Like I said, from your Tamiya Frog, all the way up to your 8-scale Nitro Terra.
Yeah, absolutely.
Higher servos.
Nice.
Wow,
how good's that?
That is really, really good.
Look, we haven't asked the viewers for a long time. If there's anything that you want to see from the shop that we haven't got on us, it's very easy for us to just run out and go and grab it and talk about it.
Let's do a shot run.
That's it. So if anyone has anything, just post it up in the comments and we'll go out and get it straight away. But in the meantime, what can we ask Jordan? What's your favorite stuff, Jordan? What are you into?
What are you into?
What am I into? Do you know what I've been buying? I've been buying like scale 75 figures. Scale 75 like paints and stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
I love that stuff.
Are you a bit of a wet pellet man?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah?
I was converted. I made my own and it sucks, so I bought one. It was much better. Happy I did. So glad I did. And you know what the best thing is? Because you spend all this money on this really nice paint, right? And then it's got this clip that locks it in place and it keeps the palette wet for days. So, if my partner says, oh, Jordan, you need to do the dishes. Like, oh, fine. Clip it closed. And I know the paint's going to be good. And I don't have to remix all my colors again to go back.
So do you get locked in the kitchen for a couple of days before you can come out?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, and I've been looking at the Chromlex stuff. So I've been got my eyes on some of that.
Some of that stuff's really good.
That's
fresh stuff coming too.
Fresh stuff. And it's just flying out the door, isn't it? It really is.
That stuff's really nice. And it's really cool. Like they got some really, really nice stuff coming out. They got some new, they're not calling it Eldar, but it's Eldar coming out. Nice.
Matilda.
So these
Space
characters.
elves. Let's just call them space elves. It's probably
Space elves.
Space
so we
elf.
got so we got orcs,
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
orcs.
We've
and
got
space elves.
Yeah.
We've got Space Marines too.
Yeah,
You can't
Ah,
say that, you get into trouble.
Yeah,
you guys,
Games
Yeah.
Workshop's gonna be watching.
you
That's
guys are hectic. What have you got here, Jordy?
This is a phaser from Kyosho, an RTR.
It is. And this is one that I believe this actual car belongs to Noah Jenkins. Matthew Jenkins has lent that to me to do a bit of maintenance and exploratory and tutorial videos for you guys. Because moving ahead, Hearns Hobbies would like to announce that they are going to be major sponsor of the Bendigo On-Road Club,
Yes, that's right.
which is really cool. And one of their hero classes is the Kyosho class. And that is really cool and simple because the cars are like really, really well priced.
Mm.
You get a lot of performance for your money.
Yeah.
And they're really simple.
Yeah.
So the first thing is they come built. A lot of people love that.
Yeah.
They come painted in a really scale body,
Yeah.
detailed body. And
Yeah.
people love that as well because that can be really daunting to some people. Only thing you have to bring to the party is a battery and a charger to go racing. So you're on track realistically for like $500 thereabouts, and you're out there having a blast. The good things about them is they're super reliable.
Yeah.
They are really, really robust.
Yeah.
They really, really don't break much at all. And they're quite, with that 14-turn single motor, although it's just a basic brush motor, it's a 14 single, so it's got plenty of power.
Yeah.
The great thing is because they're so, I guess, we're using the word basic, but they're actually built very, very well. They're
Built very well.
They simplified
Around
a lot
the
of
overhead?
parts. Yep.
Yep.
So they simplified a lot of parts. Like you're talking about the suspension component.
Yeah.
They're beefy. So there's no lot you can do with the setting.
No.
So
So
the-
you've
the-
got no. So you don't have to know about camber and toe
Yep.
and droop
You can
settings and stuff
focus
like that.
on the art of driving.
Just driving.
Yep.
And a bit of car maintenance.
Yep.
Then they're so flexy that they just don't seem to break. One of the only adjustments you've got is caster, and it's as simple as these little clips here that you move forward and back.
Mhm.
You've got caster and you've got ride height.
Nice.
Yep.
Apart from that, you've got no other adjustments on here.
Yeah. What about springs? You're not allowed to change springs.
No, not allowed to change
How
springs.
about oils?
You can change oils.
Okay.
There's not one right or wrong oil to put in, but you
Yep.
can change it. They come ball raced.
Mhm.
So they don't need any option parts.
That's
You
great.
are allowed to change servos if the servo breaks or whatever. You are allowed to change receiver, but you're not allowed to hop up the motor or the speed controller
Nice.
or anything like that. You can't even change the gearing. It comes all preset.
Right.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
and
Nice.
it's 48 pitch, so you can just change that. Like if you happen to wear it, I can
Yep.
tell you for a fact that's a steel pinion in there.
Yep.
So that's really nice and heavy duty. Spurt, like I said, it's all predetermined, so there's no cheating. It's race. All the cars are comparative, even playing field,
Yep.
and really easy to maintain.
You know, if you want to get your son into racing or something like that, this is perfect.
Yep.
Because it's cheap. And he doesn't have to it's not daunting, you know. Like
No.
I don't even race, and I feel like I could go out there and have a go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can turn up, and it's like I said, that comes with transmitter and
Yep.
everything. Only thing you've got to do is have a battery. It comes with a Dean's plug even, so you don't even have to do any soldering.
Oh, beautiful.
You know,
Perfecto.
a simple little battery like this 9-steps one here
Yep.
is the perfect partner for it.
Yep.
So it's really, really good. I've taken the liberty to screw on some sweep tires here.
Nice.
These are the treaded SSF 34 compound tires. And I think I haven't had the joy of running them on this car yet, but I think they are going to be so well suited to this car and this class
Nice.
that, they're going to be a really good option for people.
Mm.
The main thing about this tire is that A, it's fast, B, it looks good, and C, it lasts for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So that is the Sweep SSF 34 compound tire,
Nice.
which
Well,
is
I like the tread on it.
which is a true, because in certain classes in Southeast Asia or Korea, that's where Sweep's from.
Mm.
That's what they stipulate in some.
You
of
have
it.
to use
So
that kind of tread.
they
pattern.
have to use tires with a tread or it's a control tire.
Yep.
And they know that because of it's got that unique tread in it, so it's easy to control. A slick tire is really easy to cheat, I suppose, somewhat.
Why
You know,
Did he paint the drive shafts green there?
he did paint them green, and that's because they actually don't break. But if you get in a bad enough accident, the car flexes a lot and the drive shafts pop out,
You can find it on
and
the
you
rack.
can't because they're just a grey color.
You can't see it on the
You
track.
can't see it on the track, so they paint them fluoro colors.
I think we should tell people to do that with the Invictus because people break the arms and the drive shafts will just fling off. And,
That's right. So that is the Kyosho phaser.
It's classy.
yeah, so we've got a load of kits and parts coming in to help support the club.
Beautiful.
And like I said, the 9 steps was the first part of the puzzle.
Hmm.
So I'm
That's
going to be doing a few tutorials in the studio in this next week.
Yep.
So keep a lookout for those guys as well. So
That's
it'll take
great.
even more of the heartache. I'll do some shocks, rebuilding the shocks on it, rebuilding and re-greasing a gearbox front or rear.
Yep.
And that sort of some basic maintenance. But yeah, what a great entry level class.
It's just brilliant. They've
Yeah,
done
that's
a
great.
really good job with this design.
Well, that's why the club's thriving, and that's
Mm.
why Hearns Hobbies wanted to get behind them, because it's a great little club. Very professional, really welcoming, and it's really the essence of racing and Hearns Hobbies.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing, right? Like a lot of like, if you want to get into racing, like you look at it all and it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
This is not. This is like, have a good time, mate.
Yeah,
This is
That's it.
fantastic.
and
What
they
a-
come. That's right. They come. Like I said, they come painted, and there's not. You can change the bodies and put like a competition spec
Hmm.
touring car body on it if you feel like painting one, but you
Yep.
don't have to.
Yep.
And everybody does their own thing,
I feel good.
and it's really good. Like I said, oil-filled shocks, comes with ball bearings. There's no hot up parts.
Beautiful.
Just plug and play,
Yeah.
Nice.
literally.
Good
You
on
know?
him. Good on him.
So it's a really good product and really good to be behind it.
Absolutely.
That's good.
That is about it for me and my products this week.
That's pretty much it from us too, because
Yeah.
I've asked for some requests, but we haven't had any.
We have
Maybe
got no
next time.
requests.
Maybe next
So
time
I
round.
wanted to give a big shout out. There's some big races going on this week.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
first and foremost, closest to us, we've got the EMCC round of the Victorian Tri Driver Series.
Yep.
So it's EMCC, which is a local club to us, like 30 k's away.
Yeah.
Knox,
in the suburbs, one turner, eastern suburbs of
Yeah.
Melbourne. So it's a 3-day event, as in they're practicing right now.
Yep.
Qualifying starts tomorrow, and then finals on Sunday. So that's really good. I hope the weather holds out for you guys and you all have a blast. Obviously, we've got a lot of team drivers over there in the HB racing camp. So
Yep.
they'll be out in force, both in nitro, electric, and truggy.
Nice.
So that's really cool to have them out. And the next thing is, I suppose, this is the first sanctioned meeting. I mean, the BD11's only been out a fortnight. It's the
Yes.
first sanctioned meeting. So the
Exciting.
New South Wales state titles are on
Mm.
up at Penrith.
They're a big thing.
They're a huge thing. I mean, we've got a MC for the event come out from America for it.
Oh,
Scotty
wow.
Ernest. A lot of people might have heard of him.
Yep.
He's coming out to do all the race calling. Hearns Hobbies or Hearns Racing's got behind them and sponsored the race control.
Yep.
So they've renamed it the Hearns Racing Race Control for the weekend.
Beautiful.
So I've got a lot of signage and banners up there, and our BD11 or the Yokomo on-road team is up there in force.
Yep.
So it's going to be a big ask for them because, like I said, the car's only been out a fortnight, and all of a sudden I've got to turn up to this really big sanctions meet. So fingers crossed for them. Good luck, boys. We've got Simon Nicholson, John Puce,
Yep.
Brett Wilson, Christian Silva.
Yes.
Sorry if I've missed. There's heaps of people up there. They're
It's a
all
big
going to
team.
be out there doing the best. So really flying the flag for both Yokomo, Aromax, Dash, and Hearns.
Yeah.
So
Good on him.
good luck, guys, wherever you're racing. That's a racing wrap this week.
That's it.
And keep an eye on our socials.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Good to see that the racing's coming back in force.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, we're opening up around here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's like just going out in force and
yeah,
giving the cars a
yeah.
run.
After like a good 2 years of up in the air and
Yeah.
not having anything,
Mm.
this has just been fantastic, and people really taking up on it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's really good, keeping us busy and keeping us doing what we love to do.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah,
thanks,
for sure.
guys.
No, it's been good.
That's it from me.
So that's episode 105,
Episode 105.
live from
You don't
Melbourne.
look a day over 102.
I know.
Oh,
That's the cream I use. So, yep, live from Melbourne, Australia. So
Yep.
wherever in part of the world you are watching, hello. Stay safe. and
thanks
we'll
for
see you.
watching.
Yeah.
Yes,
And don't forget to check out our website and get one of those trendy t-shirts.
that's it.
You can look as good as beige.
That's right. 3 different colors.
All right,
Um,
guys.
That's it. So next episode is going to be 106, and we'll see you again next Friday.
Fantastic,
at 2
guys.
p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And a big shout out to everybody. I want to see some photos of Jeff's truck too. That'd be awesome.
Yep, that would
Hey?
be nice.
The raffle winner.
Yep.
All right. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thanks.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.
See you next time.